Hey, I'm here with Jamal. He's just laid down some drums on my track, which hopefully you will hear soon. And we're going to start by just getting Jamal to tell you about his musical background.
So, my name's Jamal. I'm a drummer. I'm also a composer and MC and lead writer for my own project called Nguvu. I'm also a former drummer of Captivators, which me and Michael were both a part of. So my background before music was actually in theatre, which funny enough got me into music, and my other musical background, I used to freestyle with a lot of MCs. I used to be a part of a hip-hop comedy group. Even before then,
that was Freestyle Fiction.
Freestyle Fiction.
Yeah. I saw that live once. It was awesome. Yeah.
Those were the days. Insane stuff as well.
Freestyle Fictionary was like the thing that I saw was where someone would pick a category, someone in the audience would pick a category, and then you guys had to do a rap battle on that category.
Yeah,
and it could be anything like really random.
Yeah, we were a hip hop comedy game show collective.
Yeah.
And we were birthed out of a thing called Contact Theatre. We used to host a show called Raw and Rhythm and Words, and within that we hosted a competition called the Freestyle Pyramid, which is like guessing the word for MCs. We wanted to take that on tour, but Contact wouldn't let us, so we thought, you know what, that's fine, we'll just come together, we'll make our own group and our own list of games independent of Contact. We were successful for 5 years, constantly selling out, and then the main guys got married.
Yeah. Came over, yeah. What are you up to music-wise now?
Music-wise now, in terms of non-original stuff, I work for a steel drum company called Steel Drum Bands, original name, but brilliant company though. Yeah. We do a lot of function stuff up and down the country and even outside the country as well. So Scotland, Wales, etc.
So anyone who wants to hire a steel drum band, yeah.
Steeldrumbands.co.uk.
Nice.
Also, I do a lot of session work. I've worked for funk bands. I've played for all different people. I've done some stuff with Laura Farrow, our good old friend Laura Farrow. We used to do work with Cherry Valentine as well. And I've done some work with Misha B in the past.
And we did the Julie band as
and
well.
The Julie Gordon band prior to Nguvu.
Yeah. And what are you up to with Nguvu next?
Nguvu, we're looking to pretty much expand the actual collective.
Right, yeah.
So
I saw you guys on
Saturday, that was one.
And it was a five piece, yeah. Started off as a 4-piece, and then there was a 5-piece.
Yes.
Halfway into the set, yeah. Great as a 4-piece and as a 5-piece.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna add more members, write some more stuff.
Yeah. Even as we're speaking, I'm still in the process of writing more material. Have some material pretty much recorded and ready to release out in the world. And we're also going to be 10 years old next year.
Well, 10 years of Nguvu.
10 years of Nguvu.
Makes me feel old. Yeah. I'm going to be starting that band fairly recently. Yeah. What advice do you have for beginner drummers? And then you can talk about what it's like for intermediate and advanced players and pros after that.
The funny thing, and it sounds irrelevant, but it makes sense for me now. My uncle's Mikey Wilson, who's also a very well-known drummer. My uncle Michael told me, "Hey, if you want to make it as a drummer, write your own songs."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
It sounds silly.
Yeah, if you want to be a drummer, don't just be a drummer.
Yeah, don't just be a drummer. Actually, have other things.
Yeah.
But it makes sense if you look at the industry how it is. Usually, when it comes to the bands, if the band gets signed, it's usually the singer and then the songwriter, whoever that is in the band.
Yeah.
Usually the keyboard player or the guitarist.
And I suppose when you're hiring any musician, if you hire a person that comes with their own batch of songs, their own body of work that way, then that's obviously an addition. Yeah.
I know as much as we make jokes about drummers writing their songs.
Yeah.
I know who you are. Stop it.
Yeah. And when people make those jokes, they just mean Ringo Starr, and I think you need to just be a bit nicer to him.
But also, there's guys like Larry Blackman from cameo.
Yeah.
So
when someone's first sitting down to learn drums for the first time, what's the first thing they should focus on?
consistency
Consistency, yeah.
and being able to relax, because when starting anything new, your nervous system's going to adjust to being in a uncomfortable position or an unusual position.
Yeah.
So being comfortable and relaxing,
yeah.
and trying not to speed up.
Yeah, that's hard.
That is the hardest. Sometimes even just playing slow is hard for a lot of beginners.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about that again at the end, because I'm going to ask you about like an exercise in groove and timekeeping for all musicians. But first, what advice do you have for going from a beginner stage to an intermediate
Dynamics.
stage? Work on your dynamics.
Yeah. Because it's
lot
so
of true.
Guys will play a certain dynamic range, especially if you're going into heavier bands.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Obviously, you want to play heavy in certain moments, but if you don't have the dynamic range, you're gonna find it difficult to progress compared to someone who can play soft, play loud. And when I mean play soft, I mean not just playing, just moving to cross stick. It's just being able to do that, and also do that independently with your own limbs as well.
Cool. And then when someone goes from intermediate to pro, you want to get into that next category of being able to play professionally. What's the main thing that you have to focus on there?
All the chop. No.
Yeah, all the chop as fast as possible, all the time.
Yeah. Being clean, and also being again consistent. I would also make sure that your left foot is actually is working as well, because this is the limb that is usually the most ignored and overlooked. Because we all think right hand on the hi-hat or on the ride, left hand on the snare, kick,
but is this, we're talking about opening and closing the hi-hat, yeah.
And also just keeping time.
Yeah. Being able to play clean and consistent. What's the best way to work on that? Getting you playing cleaner and more consistent.
I would say learning, as well as just learning, simple rudiments. And this is another thing where breaking down patterns into smaller chunks.
Right.
I have gotten to the age where I cannot be bothered to just try and learn super 4-bar patterns and stuff like that. So I would rather learn simple patterns, 2, 3, 4 note patterns, maybe 5 if you want to be stretching it, or up to 6 if you want to stretch it, because I'm a big 6-stroke roll person.
Yeah.
But even just something like right, left, left, right, left, left, you can get a lot of mileage out of it. Speed that up.
So to play faster, to play cleaner and more consistently, you go back to basics when you become a pro. Yeah.
Breaking it down into things that are easier to understand, and also can get those little patterns. For example, an easy one: right, left, left. In fact, I'm going to use right, left, left, and right, left, kick. So.
Can you recommend a good book or resource?
jpbouvetmethod.com.
jpbouvetmethod.com.
A really, yes, you've heard that.
Yeah.
I've
not heard that before. No.
Yeah, it's actually a really good website where they go through different courses. So I'm at the moment on the triplet fills and chops course. It's like £25 £8 a month, but you get like a free trial.
Cool, man.
As well. So again, I don't want to be, I don't want to be plugging things, but it works for me.
If that's what you're using, that's what I want to use. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so the last thing I wanted to ask you was, what's a good exercise or exercises for every musician, not necessarily just drummers, but you could show it in the context of drumming.
Cool.
But an exercise for improving your overall time, like your overall timing, because when I play guitar as well, but when I play drums, I find that even when I'm playing to the click, recording to the click, I'm like, sometimes I listen back and I'm a little bit ahead of it, a little bit behind it, usually ahead of it actually, and sometimes I can hear it and sometimes I can see it on the screen, so what are what's an exercise or some tips for that?
Easiest thing, get your metronome, play an eighth off the actual beat.
Eighth off the actual beat.
Yeah.
So the click is on.
So if you clap with me.
Yeah. So this is the metronome. So am I in the and right now?
Yeah.
So the metronome is the and.
Yes.
Yeah. So usually when you play to a metronome, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is 1 and 2 and 2 and 4. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also shift that.
Can you do that with a triplet feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to try that because I've got the triplet on.
But another exercise is permeations.
What's that mean?
Permutation, sorry.
Permutation.
So it's basically taking a pattern or a beat, shifting it to whatever grid of that rhythm. So I can give you an example. I can go back to the basic 4/4. I'm going to shift that every 16th note. So it's going to sound like this.
The hi-hat was always doing the beat.
Yes.
And the kick and the snare went from being on the 1 and the 3
yes.
to being on like the 1E and the 3E.
Yeah.
And then on the and. Yeah, is that what you're doing there?
Pretty much. I was doing it for both the kick and the snare, then I was just doing it for the kick.
And keeping the snare on the 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. I want to try that, yeah. Thank you so much, Jamal.
No problem, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Any particular place they can find you online?
You can find me on Instagram either at Jamal Lewis Service or my personal band at MGUVU Band. Link will be somewhere in the video.
In the ether.
In the ether.
Yeah.
Just give me a follow, say hi. If you want any lessons, again, shout me a DM.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.